It's interesting that like you can keep going, but there's never a point where you can be like, "Can I just stop?
Yeah.
Can I stop after like 2 weeks? Can I
Raise the
just
white flag.
literally can I just live and take the money? You got some good episodes out of it." Hey buds, and welcome to the Lost and Faded podcast where we get lost and faded into whatever movie we're feeling for the week. This week, The Running Man with me, Byron, and I got Tyler with me today.
Yo,
How we feeling?
I am really excited after watching that movie. I already want to watch it again, honestly.
Mhm.
It was a lot of fun and I can't wait to talk about it.
It was a great movie. I enjoyed it. It was very fun. Non-stop movie. I felt like it was always going. Directed by Edgar Wright. It's based off a Stephen King book.
I didn't know it was a Stephen King book before this, honestly. That surprised me. I just knew that there was a movie pre-existing with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, and I didn't watch that either, but now I want to. I'm just a big Edgar Wright fan, so when I heard about this movie, I'm like, yep, I'm in. I
Yeah.
want to talk about this.
Yeah, I always gotta see Edgar Wright movies. I think I missed his last one, horror one, I think. Late Night in Soho or something like that.
Yes, I believe that was the name. I'm not too sure. I'm too high already.
But yeah, The Running Man. It's about this guy who signs up for a show where he's basically hunted for. He has to survive with 30 days, or they try to kill him basically for money. He wins money.
Yeah.
Also,
Each day that he survives, his family is guaranteed a certain amount of cash. And if he takes out a hunter, which there are 5 of, he gets 100,000. It's not
yeah,
dollars, it's like network bucks or something. But then if he kills a goon, I think it was like 1,000
yeah, it was
bucks.
1,000.
I love the usage of goon in this movie. They were just throwing it around instead of calling them bad guys or like the network or
Mhm.
something like that. And I just thought that was fun.
I mean, that's what they are. They're
They're goons. They're there to chase you down.
and yeah, so the main character is Ben Richards. He's worked a bunch of jobs and he's gotten these skills, I guess we can say, through all these jobs.
He's a blue collar man, and
Yeah.
he's what you expect of when you like hear like tropes about like firefighters or like people within like line of duty jobs, because that's what he seemed to be in that world. Because it's like a kind of like a cyberpunk, like semi futuristic thing. There was one incident that he was involved in one of his jobs where literally everybody got radiation poisoning and they couldn't have kids. And he was one of the few that was able to do so.
That's wild. And he would like save people, he would help out the company in ways, and they would still just fire him for some reason. And so he's just constantly looking for a new job. He hits a point where his daughter's sick and he needs to get money to get her medicine. So he signs up for tryouts.
I feel like one big thing in this world was that like it was profits before human rights.
Hmm.
And I think that was the reason why he was considered a bad employee and why he got blacklisted.
Because yeah, that's the reality of this world is he has to put his life on the line just to get money. Even if it isn't the Running Man show, because we see in the beginning that there's other shows where people are literally like kind of putting their life on the line. They're just or their bodies on the line. They could get injured in these other shows
Hmm.
just for a little bit of money to keep going.
Yeah, and I feel like that adds a whole take on like social media and
Hmm.
people becoming their own what you call it, platform or like company rather than
Yeah,
like having a company that they can like separate themselves from.
it's the whole like this is the one way out type of shit.
Hmm.
So like they all see it as this is their only way to get out of this is to try out these shows. Even though you don't get a lot of money, the only show that brings out a bunch of money is The Running Man.
Yeah, each one of them, you're giving something away. It might be your life, like the Running Man, or it could be your dignity with the treadmill one that they show off, where it's like, oh, get all these questions wrong, could eat fucking shit on this treadmill.
Literally.
And they can edit anything to make you look bad. It all depends on your first impression.
The fucking edits. They really show how, like, media can influence a whole nation in this, and
Mhm.
we'll get into that more later, but we could talk more about the company. The dude who runs it is Killian. I forgot his is it Dan
Dan Ki
Killian? Yeah,
Dan Killian, yeah.
played by Josh Brolin. Ben is played by, Glenn Powell. They both do pretty good jobs. I really like Josh Brolin's performance in this.
Yeah.
He really shows off, like, the sleazy, just doesn't give a fuck executive.
"Make me some money,
Well,
baby," kinda guy, yeah. I think Josh does a really good job in those kind of roles where, like,
Mhm.
you wanna hate him and but at the same time, he's right. Like, this is a good moment for you, Glenn. You should take this opportunity or
Yeah.
Ben, sorry. But I thought, Glenn did a really good job for being a leading man. I know that's a question that everybody's been bringing up in, like, the videos that I've seen online coming up to this movie, and I didn't think it was there completely. I'm not also a Glenn fan,
Mhm.
but I thought he went with the script very well, and he looked like he fit the part, and what you call it. I thought his emotions were there, but I didn't feel connected with his character
Mhm.
much besides the action. The action and the way the plot led everything, I that's what connected me to his character the most.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the action and I feel like he kills some of the comedic spots, but when you get into like the more sad moments or anything, you don't really feel it as much.
Yeah.
I do think they're trying to like put him as like one of the next action stars,
Mhm.
especially with what Twisters, and then he was part of Top Gun Maverick.
And I remember there was a video of Tom Cruise talking to somebody. I think it was Glenn, and he was being like, "You're the next action star." And I feel like he can do that. I was sitting there wondering, like, did he do this stunt himself, or is this like CGI generated? I'm curious about that. I want to rewatch it and go to see behind the scenes stuff when that comes out.
He seems like a pretty much I'll do it type of person, but I don't know. I have to look at that too. I do feel like he definitely needs to push more towards roles that are comedic for his career because I like a lot of the comedy in this movie because it lends well with Edgar Wright's style.
Hmm.
What really got me with the tryouts is he never really got a choice for what show he got to be on.
Yeah, he really didn't.
Like they were like, yeah, you're just on Running Man. He didn't really want to do it, but yeah, like you said, he got convinced to do it because of the money.
He promised his wife no, Amelia or not Amelia. I already forgot her name, Mrs. Richards.
Mrs. Richards.
But yeah, she told him no, don't do that at the beginning. But
Mhm.
the network got their way.
He just always knows what to say most of the time.
People are able to twist things the way they need it to. And it's just like real life. After that, he gets put into like a training course, which it makes it so obvious that like he's gonna be or no, not that was before that. The
Yeah,
training all the training courses were so obvious that you're gonna be doing something that will harm your life.
yeah.
So I was surprised that he didn't know that already until he got his jacket.
As soon as he got on the treadmill, I'll be like, they got you. You're running, man.
After he gets selected, they give him 12 hours or 24 I think it was 12 to vacate the premises in a really cool spy kids kind of tube where they escape the facilities to like a place where they can change clothes.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was fun. It gave me old school vibes.
Yeah, with all the clothes and the thing. Yeah, I like that part. I do like that they gave them a little bit of time to figure shit out, even though they're gonna be watching you anyway.
Oh
It's
yeah.
so interesting how like they know where you are. They just only they only really want to like chase you when the show's going type shit.
They only need you when they want you.
Yeah, this is when Vin meets up with his pal Molly.
Yeah, the guy that's a distributor of goods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a black market guy. He gives him like these IDs and these disguises, which I love.
In this world, you need IDs to go from certain districts, apparently. So
Hmm.
that's even more segregation of classes and making people feel like they're elite or in poverty.
Oh yeah, we should talk about the world a little bit more right now,
Yeah, at
since
the
we're going.
beginning, yeah, the beginning had a huge building moment with like a not even like 5 minute like walking sequence with our main character.
Mhm.
And I thought it was an excellent execution of like letting us know the world rules and what's going to be happening during this chase.
I like that there was that one moment when he was going to the tryouts and there was a gate and they were like they scanned him and then they were like, "Where are you going?" He told them where they were going and they were like, "You better go there, don't go anywhere else or you're gonna get in trouble," type shit.
Mm,
I was like, God damn. And that's just to go from like the lower cities where like the like lower class people are to the higher class people where they're just chilling up there.
very medieval.
Yeah. It's very much so.
But like they also let you know about like how the cars work because they're going to be using them eventually,
Mhm.
how the security works because the technology gets involved within the movie and like how they're trying to follow him. So it just lets us know like it's pretty much going to be a same old chase.
Yeah,
But
it's like
yeah.
where can you actually hide type shit.
But now there's eyeballs following you everywhere you
Yeah.
go.
Well, those fucking eyeballs.
Those were cool. Gave me Half-Life kind of vibes.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it.
I like that at some point they just stopped giving a fuck and they were shooting with those things. I
Yeah,
was like,
you're ruining the clip.
I'm like, if he dies to that, that's gonna suck for a finale. Yeah, so he gets some disguises. He gets two disguises. He gets just this regular business dude with a mustache, and then he gets a priest.
I thought that those were clever. I wonder if it's
Mhm.
a reference to the original
I never watched it. I should have
or the
watched
book.
it before.
It might be the book because it's supposed to be a more faithful interpretation of that,
Hmm.
but we'll have to find out.
We didn't talk about the other two runners. We should talk about the other two runners.
Oh yeah,
The
Tim and Laughlin,
Yeah, there's two other runners. Uh, Tim is just
a goofy guy.
he's a goofy guy.
He's a goofy goober, honestly.
He was a little awkward. He introduced himself and then he was like, "Everyone, do you guys want to get in a circle and introduce each other?"
Man, he thought this was like college interpret or not interpretation, introduction, like icebreaker class
Mhm.
moment.
He was not taking this serious. He was
Mhm.
not ready for the Running Man.
Yeah. And then Laughlin, she seemed like she was like knowing what she was going into.
Yeah,
But as soon as they described how the network does the show, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, she's here for the party.
yeah. Literally. I wish they played a little bit more of a role in the movie because they were kind of just we got little bits of them throughout the movie.
Mhm.
And I wish we were able to connect with them more or see more of their chase, but the way they had it structured in a certain way. So
Right now, he's at the hotel,
yeah,
checking in, getting his first recording done, where he sleeps in his fucking tidy whities, face away from camera, so we can see his ass, and take a 10-minute nap for his first drop because he has to drop a video every day
yeah,
at
every day.
a mailbox, pretty
It was
much.
like 10 minutes too, right?
Yeah, and it could be
God
whatever he wanted.
damn!
Yeah,
I'm like
it's
talking for 10 minutes, bro.
Well, that's pretty much what we're doing now.
Yeah,
I
you're
felt
right.
like
You're right.
it was like an interpretation of YouTubers there of like them people feeling like forced to
Yeah,
do
like
that
doing
stuff.
vlogs. Yeah,
Yeah,
a little 10-minute vlog every day.
but it could be something else. I that's kind of what I got there.
I like that, like, they use that type of stuff to figure out where you are. That's why he immediately hid, like, with his location and stuff.
Oh yeah, people are crazy with that.
Yeah.
With video data and stuff, you can find stuff pretty easily
Mhm.
if you get the raw footage.
Yeah, another aspect of this is that the regular people can catch you and they get paid if you get captured and killed or if they just find you.
Yeah, I think it was $3,000 if they gave up a clue that, like, led them to you, and
Mhm.
$10,000 for if they, gave a clue that led to your death. So, they were in it to win it.
Literally.
And we can get to this later, but they take part even more.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just like those small aspects of it because it's just like, who can you really trust in this world? And I
Mhm.
like how like immediately while he's at the hotel and while he's like getting paranoid slowly, we see Tim
Yeah.
get killed on
Yeah,
the
he got, like, a burrito or a sandwich, and he was like, "This is a good day. Like, I might come back later."
yeah. And he was also like, "Have you heard of the Running Man? I heard I people have said I look like the guy on there."
That was some funny shit.
And he immediately walks out and just gets shot. I was just like, bro, he did not know what game he was on.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like he was thinking he was on, like, a world traveling show or
Mhm.
something. It was like, "I'm gonna travel the US."
Yeah, and Ben sees that and he's like, fuck, I'm out.
Yeah. Ben tried to save him earlier when they were doing rock climbing, so
Yeah.
he was, like, a person that was emotional about things. He cared about people.
Yeah, he did. But see, Ben did the smart thing immediately, just go into a hotel and just like bunker up.
I don't think that wasn't unsmart because he had that dream where he realized
Uh,
that, Molly was gonna get, interrogated,
but
and
like
the name would be leaked.
maybe. I don't think they were really looking at him that much because we get told at when we get to this next like part that there's a certain structure to this. I feel like they were not caring about him that much at this point. They knew who they were about to kill
Oh,
and they were setting up that kill
I see that there, yeah.
because the hunters only really they're always together. I
Mhm.
feel like they don't really separate.
Yeah, it very much felt like a The Boys kind of moment
Mhm.
where it's like, "Make sure that we can get everybody in the shot, okay? We don't need to be cutting in between scenes, okay?"
Yeah. Like everyone on the same side. You don't have to worry about the other ones because at some point you're gonna find them.
Mhm.
They're not gonna be able to bunker down forever,
Yeah.
especially with all the cameras and like they just they could see you everywhere. Like at one point when he was at Molly's place, Molly was like, "I have these TVs that don't watch you back," and
Yeah.
I was like, "So like there you go. They know where you are."
And that's pretty realistic.
Yeah.
I really liked the technology aspect of the show. Like it showed kind of what is really happening in real
Hmm.
life. Like we are being watched, like that
Yeah.
our data is being sold to the
Yeah.
highest bidder, and what you call it, and there's no real privacy in the world unless you bunker up in a shed without, like, if you have a phone on you that's turned on, you're constantly being watched.
Literally.
They know your position. I sound like a loony there.
No, you don't. You don't. I mean, we could talk about something next to our phones, and then next day there's an ad for something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And like even the next hour type shit.
Mhm.
I'll talk about pizza right now. I'll get ads for pizza later.
No, I get that. Sometimes you have to say something like in Minecraft after.
So Ben left the hotel because he
Yeah.
got freaked out after seeing Tim get killed. And then he goes to another like
But he goes to another location
yeah.
where, he has an apartment that
Mhm.
he was staying at, trying to, wait for another check-in, and as he goes up to the apartment, he bumps into a kid and a older dude, and, they have, like, an altercation in front of him, and he's worried that, like, one of them will notice him, but he's able to slip by and get up to the apartment, but then he's sketched out by a dude not the dude, but a different dude outside of the apartment acting like a meth addict.
Yeah, he was acting crazy. And then he just pointed up at the window, then looks away. He's like, he's freaked out because I would also be freaked out. This dude's just yelling. He pointed directly at me.
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah. I would move.
yeah. I'll be like, that's time to go. Time to go. Even if he's not one of them, That's too much attention already.
And then he does it a second time? No, no, I don't want that.
And then he looks again and it's one of the hunters. I
Yeah.
was like, fuck.
Surprised that it took him that long, but he was
Mhm.
more focused on the other bums that were joke he was, like, making them talk in his own voice, and it was pretty funny, honestly. He was waiting for them to move for the drop, and, he realizes he's being surrounded, so he goes
Mhm.
back up, but he's, gets caught on a second floor, and he tries to find a spot to hide, but the bathroom's locked, and there's a guy inside, so he shakes it, and the guy like opens up the door, and he luckily gets stuck behind it right when the bad guys get up the staircase, and I'm like, holy
Yeah.
shit, that's a lucky moment. But then
Yeah.
he has like a Bruce Willis moment up on top of the roof after that with the hose or the
Yeah, the
row.
hose and going down it, and then getting into his room again to be able to get the tape and stuff again. I think it's interesting that like he previously put a tape in that place so they knew where he was or nearby.
Yeah.
So he came and put a tape in the same spot, or else they're gonna be right there.
Oh,
It's
that's true.
crazy.
Yeah. The location that it dropped off at, they'll
Mhm.
know.
He's been going, like, all over the place. He went from wherever he was originally staying to all the way to New York in the beginning,
Yeah.
and it's like the way they're able to just go around the country looking for them
Well, they
is
were
crazy.
given like a starter money, right? I don't
Yeah,
know how much, but apparently it's a lot. I think he gave like 10 bills for cancer treatment. I don't
yeah.
know if it was like 10 stacks or if it was like $10 bills. The money confused me a little.
Yeah, I mean, he had a bunch of money in the beginning.
He was making stacks off those days he was surviving. I think it was 1 billion network dollars at the end that he
Yeah,
could be awarded, and the first day he made like 500 or 1,000 or something like that,
that's
and it
crazy.
like doubled each day.
This apartment scene was a really good action scene. Just
Mhm.
watching him fight his way through all of them and then even going through like the elevator part, going into the basement.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing they set up well was knowing the elevator was fucking broken.
Mhm.
I saw the nade scene in the trailer. It got me way better seeing what happened with the nade after the
Mhm.
explosion. I was really like, "Why did they put the scene in here?" Like, I feel like it's ruining a moment.
Yeah.
I thought McCone was a fun character, though, and for half the movie, I thought he looked like he was rendered to look like a character from a video game.
A little bit. He looked like it a little bit.
Yeah, I thought I was playing CS:GO for a second.
I like the mystery of his character, the propaganda around him because he's like the big main hunter of the group, and you gotta watch out for him. He's like in one of them, he like shot a rocket at someone. But I'm like, he never does that type of shit.
Yeah, it's all
No,
CGI.
but he's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean the hunters are pretty. They're all right. I don't know. I wish they had more personality between the different hunters.
It was a long movie, but I wish it was a little longer so the other characters could have been given some love, like the hunters and the other runners.
Yeah, my thing is like I don't enjoy how this next part of the movie is just him going to a character, having a brief like introduction with the character, talking with the character, something happens to that character, then it's to another character, the same type of stuff, then it's to another character type thing.
Yeah,
And it's like maybe we could have shaved one of those characters off and gave more time to like maybe two of them.
yeah,
Maybe see more like because they're different aspects of the world that we're seeing from each character, but it's not enough time to actually like care about these characters.
yeah. I feel like the characters were more there for the world than
Mhm.
their actual selves. It
Mhm.
was more of a story on the world. But I do wish there was more room for the characters to really shine because
Yeah.
I wanted to see more. Like Glenn did a good job, and I wanted to see him do a better job. I thought Michael Cera was fucking fantastic. It's the most chaotic I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later though. Um, and what you call all the other guys did a good job.
Yeah, they did. It's just they didn't get enough time to really for you to really connect with them enough.
True.
and like get their really good story going, especially once you get towards that ending. Maybe taking out one or two of them, or maybe like just focusing on like two of them just to see more of a different perspective to the world.
That's valid. It's really hard to manage that time and story
Yeah.
element. I hope an extended cut comes out. I really do.
Because this was like 2 hours, like 15 minutes or something like
So
that.
a little more maybe, but yeah, around that.
While they're doing the fight in the basement, or it's more of a shootout, is basically about to explode.
Mhm.
And Ben's like, "Get out of here, go!" And they're like, "No!" They just keep shooting and stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that he actually wanted them not to die,
Mhm.
but then yeah, they just die. He drops to the sewers, and he gets what, 8 kills.
Yeah, I think 8 kills on grunts or goons, and, I saw a few burning rats in the sewers. I don't know if they count. Um, but,
Can you imagine they're each $1?
it looked like people lived there too. I wonder if anybody got hurt.
Yeah, I'm sure they evacuated
Yeah,
the
probably.
building with how the
Hopefully.
media went. They probably had every other TV playing "Get Out of There" type stuff.
Mhm. The TVs and the news was very prominent in the
Yeah,
show. Like, it was obvious that people were being drip fed information, and a lot of
really.
it was enjoyable for them because it was considered like a game show.
Yeah, they were loving this show. It's
Mhm.
wild.
Yeah. They, made it believable, though. They did a good job on that.
Yeah, because especially when after like the kills, in the next episode, it's they bring out the soldiers' kids
Yeah.
to like make everyone feel bad about them. I think Ben's an asshole.
Mhm. Yeah, they really make Ben look bad with CGI, even when he's he tries to defend somebody who has cancer, and it's like, "The networks are causing this," but they change it all up and make him say something else that makes it look like he's saying "fuck you" to the kids pretty much that were being showed there mourning their parents. And by the way, he did nothing. They blew themselves up.
Yeah, they did. But no, they didn't care. They threw all those kids out there. That's crazy.
That was funny as fuck.
I was trying my hardest not to really bust out laughing during that part.
I laughed too much during this movie when I shouldn't have.
And then so Ben's now he meets a kid, which I don't think we ever get the kid's name.
No, I don't
Uh,
think so.
but the kid introduces Ben to their brother Bradley. Bradley's an I guess interesting character. I feel like we didn't get enough time with Bradley either.
Well, wasn't he the guy that made the
Oh wait,
videos?
yeah, he did.
Okay, yeah.
So Bradley makes these they're like YouTube videos. What was it, the apostate?
I wish I remembered the name. I just know he's like a conspiracy theorist kind of dude. Like, but
Yeah.
he's actually like on it though. Like he just
Mhm.
looks like a loon.
And then this is when we learn stuff like so how they pick the 3 contestants for Running Man is they pick someone who's gonna die in like the first 24 hours. I forgot what the name was it for. But it was just someone who just didn't like realize they were on a show or type shit.
Yeah.
And then they have the negative person who's the person who's just gonna use their money to just party and shit, which Lachlan's doing. And then they have the final person who they basically made Ben the final person after he blew up and killed those 8 guys.
Yeah. And that person's supposed to make it the longest, and it
Yeah.
all depends on views.
It's interesting that like you can keep going, but there's never a point where you can be like, "Can I just stop?
Yeah.
Can I stop after like 2 weeks? Can I
Raise the
just
white flag.
literally can I just live and take the money? You got some good episodes out of this."
Mhm. That's, Stephen King for you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's just so interesting like that. Especially with how it went. When I first was watching the trailer, I didn't realize it would be like 30 days type shit. I thought that he would have like a week or like a few days type shit of
Yeah,
being like straight hunted down.
because I thought all of America was after him,
Hmm.
but, It's only partial.
Yeah, it's only partial, and it's like there's a few militia groups that are like hunting down him, and then there's the hunters. But then most people are just either rooting for him or rooting against him.
Yeah, like everything that's a game show, there's people that get overly invested and they want to make some money off of it, or they want to be there to see it live, or they want to be part of watching it on social media and being part of the moment, fear of missing out.
Yeah. And so Bradley shows him that stuff about the show, and then he was also telling them how the show will lie and like make stuff up, which they immediately see when Ben Ben put up a video saying like talking about how they poison kids and stuff, and then they put like him saying that he enjoyed killing the people.
Yeah, yeah, and I think they like reiterated that he was gonna kill everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, okay.
Oh, holy shit.
Like, make him look bad, why don't you? And he just rolled with it after that. He was like, "Fine, I'll look bad, but I'll make myself look funny too."
Yeah, literally.
Uh,
And Bradley's mom kicks him out, and so they leave. They get chased by some goons, but
in a car chase, yeah, he was
yeah.
hiding in the trunk.
Mhm.
And,
They got away with it. Traveling. This is when the next place he's at is that's when he brings out the pastor outfit. I think this is when we get Lachlan's death, I think.
I believe so, yeah. Well, and
Cause this
he's in a backtown road watching, the show on a, like, a home, like, projector on a
mhm.
barn wall, I believe.
Yeah.
And, that's when they show her on at, like, a casino getting shot at.
Yeah, and then she drives away. She gets away, and then it just spots out later that she got killed by 2
2
kids.
ginger boys.
They just burned her alive. I'm just like, why'd she stop at just this random area and get I don't know.
Yeah, they were so proud. They're like, "We caught her," when she was recording a video.
And like he gets caught in the pastor outfit by just some random guy on the street because
Mhm.
there's weirdos all over the place. Dude, how I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't go by anyone. I would always be wearing like at one point after the pastor outfit, he's wearing a mask. And like that's what I would be doing, just wearing a mask
Well,
type shit.
at the beginning, he had colored eye contacts, he had a wig, he had a fake mustache, wasn't that great, and a hat, and, at the other portion, he had, something else. I forgot what it was.
He was running out of shit. He was just like, I just don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, he just threw on his old fucking Carhartt at the end.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the next person he goes to is Michael Cera.
Fucking
Who
fantastic.
great in this movie. I love him in this movie. His character is very chaotic. He's like a doomsday prepper type shit.
Anarchist, for
Yeah.
sure.
He has like this news this
Zine.
yeah, the zine called The Truth, which is about like the truth behind everything and all that.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then he lives with his mom who's
Is partially deaf. So
yeah.
that's why she didn't know Ben was there.
Sh Yeah, dude, I can't with this part. This part of this house is so ridiculous.
That part made me, like, loosen up with the movie and be
Mhm.
like, "Okay, this is a fun movie.
Yeah.
Like, let's enjoy this."
It was getting a little downers and, like, dark a little bit for a minute
Yeah.
until you got to this house. Yeah, and, like, she's, like, against Ben, she doesn't know he's staying there. She's, like, with the network type shit.
She thought Ben was, like, devilish and,
Yeah.
spawned from hell.
And so, Michael Cera's the character. No, I'm just remembering the hot dog rant. That's what I'm remembering right now.
Yeah, his dad was he was a veteran of the police force in, Derry. I don't remember if it was Michigan or I don't know.
Oh no,
I don't
that's
remember
it.
where. They traveled a lot, but, he had to quit because it got bought out by corporate companies, and,
Yeah.
the rest of his buddies stayed on the force, but he decided to open a hot dog stand, and his buddies didn't like that, so they bullied him profusely, and that is Michael Cera's vengeance. That is
Didn't
his
they kill him?
flame. Did they kill him? Oh,
They,
yeah,
yeah,
I
they
think they
killed
did.
him.
Yeah, fuck. He just wanted to run a hot dog
Yeah, this
stand.
is the fucked up
This
part.
man wanted an honest living. Crazy.
Insane. Yo, you're good. You that's the rant. That's literally the
That was
rant.
a rant. That was a rant.
And so, his dad built this bunker somewhere,
Yeah.
which I can't with this fucking bunker, this fucking movie.
It was a plot hole a little bit, but it was okay because it's like, yeah, he also built this bunker because he knew people were after.
Yeah.
How did a cop build a bunker in his backyard?
No, it wasn't in the backyard, it was just some random area.
Yeah, true.
And then so at this point, the movie just gets insane, and I just feel like it just gets more wild, and I'm just like, all right, I was not ready for this.
Buckle up. I'm here for it.
So, Ben's just walking around the house, and then the mom is like, "I know who you are. You're the devil." And then
Yeah.
so she's about to hit this button that calls the network. Crazy that they had that button in the household.
She's like, "I wanna watch."
Yes.
I was like, "Damn,
I'm
this
like,
old
they're gonna
lady's
shoot
crazy."
everyone in here. You're not gonna be able to watch.
Mhm.
But she doesn't they like stop her before she calls. And then Michael Cera's like, actually I'm gonna call because I wanna kill some of these people. Dumbest part in the movie.
Yeah,
So dumb.
it was funny though.
It was funny, but I'm like, they didn't know where he was.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, they would have been able to track him at a point, which because Michael Cera's character brings up that they have these DNA like scanners so
In
they can find you.
like, every street light across America,
Yeah.
and that was crazy.
So I was like, they not only have the TVs, they have those. You're just there's nowhere you can hide. They'll find you.
And the eyeball
Hmm.
cameras, and every modern piece of technology.
There's nowhere you could go. And so they just come shooting down, and then we get this hilarious scene where Michael Cera shoots them with a water gun while they're on like an electric field.
Mhm. Oh, this guy had a whole Home Alone plan.
Yeah, the whole house was booby trapped. There's a lot of traps.
It was creative. I
It
enjoyed
was
it.
fun. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, this movie just goes a lot of ways because then they go to the basement area or like an underground tunnel, and just one of the hunters are down there, and
Mhm.
he just he stabs Michael Cera's character.
And he tanks it.
They knock over the hunter, and then the dude comes, Killian comes on
Glasses.
and he's like, "Hey, kill him."
Oh, yeah, he was like, "Hand him over the glasses, I wanna talk to him." And he's like, "Hey, kill this guy, and, we'll, let you have a freebie, 100,000."
Literally, I'm just like, "Bro, what the fuck?" And so obviously he doesn't kill him, he just lets him go.
Mhm.
And I'm also like, actually, maybe you should just kill him in that moment because he's still gonna hunt you down, bro.
Yeah, he ends up killing Michael Cera on the bridge that they
Yeah.
try to escape on. Michael Cera was gonna get dropped off on the other edge
Um,
and
his
explode the bridge.
I would not believe any plan from that guy after everything he did because yeah, he gets killed on the bridge.
He was ready to risk his life for every one of his plans, which I can
Yeah,
respect.
I guess so.
But, yeah, that last plan was not smart.
He ends up killing the hunter anyway with the car that had the bombs that
Mhm.
Michael Cera's character was gonna use. And then so he just dives into water. And then we get to another character where I'm just like, all right, do we need this character? We get to Amelia,
Yeah.
but she's just this like upper class person who's driving on the highway, and Ben just is like, fuck it, I'm gonna put on the show from this point on, and he just takes her hostage, quotation marks, kinda, and he's just like drive, and so now they're just driving at this point.
Yeah. At first, I thought she was from that Americanos show, which
Yeah, I
I
did
thought
too.
was hilarious that they were copying the Kardashians the
That
whole
was
time.
funny. I like that part.
uh, but yeah, he has her drive the whole time. He was holding her at gunpoint for a bit.
And then it turns into this whole class against class
Mindset.
yeah, type thing going on between them, which I'm just like, okay, we can do this right now, but I'm just like, this feels like kind of late to do this.
Yeah.
Like we could have used this a lot earlier or something.
The seeds were planted earlier, but I think it was a little late because it was needed a lot. It was needed more in the beginning because of it being the plot point at the end.
Mm,
But yeah, Amelia was very much at first like, "You're the asshole. Like you're responsible for killing 8 good policeman and one hero, and he's like, no, they killed themselves and I'm not a bad guy, I have a wife and a kid. And what you call it,
yeah.
she's like, I didn't know you had a wife and a kid, fuck. Or no, at first she was like, your wife's a bitch
Yeah.
and you deserted your kid.
It gets to like this weird point in the thing where he's like, you know what? I control the show now. And so he's like, they're just driving through these cities, through these like barricades because they're not going to kill them when they're off air
Hmm.
because it only airs for like what, like an hour
Yeah.
at like 8 p.m. So most of the day he can just mostly chill. And it gets to a point where they all plan to like have the show be on a plane. This ending is just, it feels like everything's rushed at this end point because we had so many characters that we had to go through
No,
to
that's
get to this point.
at that point, Ben definitely th- outsmarted the game, and I think
Yeah.
that's part of his character. They didn't realize how smart he was, also, because he
Yeah.
wanted to go for the question games.
Ye yeah, true, you're right.
But he showed off his strength and his anger during the tryouts instead. What you call it? Once he figured out that all they cared about was ratings, he decided to play the part that he knows America loves. And
Mm.
instead of being an angry asshole, he was a funny asshole. And like that got him having people cheering him on rather than having reporting him and
Yeah.
getting the hunters even closer. And that made the producers want to keep him around even longer because that's really the long con in this show is having the producers like you.
I wish we saw more of that early on or something.
Yeah, I
It
thought it
just
was nice to have it hidden though. I don't know.
and yeah, so they all end up on a plane,
Hmm.
which it's all the hunters, it's Ben, and it's Amelia. And they're basically like, let's get ready for the show. I can't with this endpoint because it's like the boss is like, he's basically like, yeah, I'm about to fire all these guys, so just kill them all, and then you get your own show, bro.
Yeah. It's like their contracts are getting too high. Kill them, I'll give you a low one.
Yeah, and then Ben's like, no, I know I'm not doing that. I just want my money. And then he's like, well, actually, they killed your family.
Yeah, I'm not
And
even gonna. I'm gonna show you some footage. It might be real, it might be fake, and hope that you go on a rage bait thon.
yeah, of course he gets pissed off. He's like, they just killed my family. At first, I'm like, no, I wouldn't believe that. I wouldn't fall for that. I would be like, nah, you guys are faking that. That's all fake. But then I'm just like, is it? Because I'm like,
After everything, he can't. He doesn't know what to believe.
yeah, I'm like, there's no way to go back because they want you on the show.
Mhm.
and they want you to think your family's dead, so you just keep doing the show and not giving a fuck about your life. Like, his only way out is either dying or,
Winning.
yeah, winning, and it's just, like, it's in a fucked place at the end.
Yeah. I feel like this show had a lot of emphasis on, like, uh, being present and, like, seeing to believe rather than,
Mhm,
like, being on social media and, like, relying on that for your information
mhm.
because everything can be manipulated now,
Yeah,
and you don't know what you can believe online.
yeah, that's what that ending was. It was just a lot of, "What can we believe what's going on?"
Yeah.
Because he kills all the hunters on there. It's a decent action scene.
He does a lot more in that scene than the explosion scene, yeah.
Yeah.
McCone.
Code.
McCone was fun throughout the whole series,
Yeah.
but when he unmasked, he became
I couldn't take him
something else.
serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, "Put your mask back on, bro. You don't have to keep it up." But he did a great job. He was a great villain for the movie,
Yeah.
or a great, like, yeah, he was a pretty good
With the
villain.
comedy aspects of the movie, I really expected the unmasking to be a bit, but it
Yeah.
wasn't that much of a
No.
bit.
No, it wasn't too much of it. It did kinda throw you off at the end. You're just like, because 'cause you're used to the mask. You see the mask the entire movie, and then just like, yeah, here he is without the mask, and you're just like,
It was a power shift, and because also, one thing I learned recently is that stairs are a huge way to tell power within a scene, like, the
"Mhm,
person that's higher up within a scene is the person that is, like, in charge,
yeah,
and he was sitting at the top of the, like, ramp for the airplane, and as
mhm,
he removes the mask and as, Ben's like, "You look handsome," or something like that. He's climbing the ramp and getting to a similar height and then passing
damn,
him to go up, so it's like, okay, Ben's shifting the powers in the field.
yeah."
Yeah.
And yeah, so he kills all of them, and then he gets Amelia off the plane, and then he goes through a whole exchange with Killian again.
Mhm.
And yeah, it ends with us thinking he died in the explosion because they sent the plane to the building to get shot down.
Yeah, real quickly, the kill with Killian was pretty cool. They both were injured, but he was able to pull, Killian's parachute to make him, fly out the door.
McCone?
Yeah, sorry, McCone, sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, yeah, he flew out. I thought that was funny. I just couldn't take him serious after that.
Yeah, it after he got demasked, he was very demasculated, and, he just wasn't able to perform. If he had his bazooka, he would have been
Yeah,
okay.
no, he never got that. He actually before that too. He went to go about to shoot Ben when they first got on the plane, and then Killian was like, "Go to the back and don't come back until I say so."
Yeah, it was very much like bad dog moment.
He's talking to Killian, and they're talking about how he won, and they already showed off his TV show.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
that.
McCone was the previous, runner.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
was the one who got like 29 days.
yeah, and he was telling him about how he doesn't get to see his family anymore and
Uh,
how, like, the only times he does is when they're being tortured, so he will continue to be a hunter, and it's like, "God damn." Like, these networks are ruthless.
yeah, dude, fuck them. I can't.
Mhm.
Ben's like, I'm not doing this. Fuck this. And then Killian's like, fine, then I'll shoot you down. And they basically shoot down the plane, and we think he's dead. And then it cuts to the YouTube video with
Yeah.
the apostate and Bradley doing his YouTube thing about how, like, did he really die or not? And, like, it says the plane has this little ejector thing where it has a parachute and you could use that to escape.
And, the black box was found.
Yeah, the black box was found, which shows, like, which heard all the whole conversation that really happened.
Mm.
And then we get this ending where I'm trying to remember how this ending goes because it's kind of fast with this ending. It's
First, it starts with them back at the network being like, "Okay, Bobby, get back out there, get the crowd pumped for this next season, or like recover from it, like saying that we're gonna do this thing next." And he's like, "No, no, you created this monster. You're gonna deal with it."
mm,
And it's like you're the one that made him this special. And he Brolin goes out there and tries to talk to the crowd and calm everybody down, but it's already a chaotic crowd out
yeah,
there.
it's like they're against the show at this point because
They killed off their fan favorite.
yeah,
It's like Hunger Games. Like they killed the people going at the end.
literally. And so now they're rioting, and then everything goes crazy, and then
It's like a Batman moment.
yeah, literally,
Mm.
Ben's walking up, and he walks up to Killian, and he's like, what does he say? He's like I forgot the line, but he just shoots him.
Yeah, I forgot the one liner, but yeah, he just shoots them
Well,
and
I
it's in the
was trying to
story.
think because he sees his wife before this, right? They meet
No,
up before this.
I think it's after. I might be wrong.
Because I feel like he met up with his wife before this, and then we don't see his face, and then we see his face after this. But either way, there's two scenes where he returns type shit.
Yeah, he returned when his wife was at a grocery store,
Hmm.
picking up stuff, and she realized that her bill was already paid for at the checkout, and she looks across the street and sees him in his hooded outfit
Yeah.
with uh, Richards Lives on the wall behind him, and
Mm.
I think you're right. It does lead into the other scene after that.
Yeah, and like yeah, so he returned and started. He was there for the riot and he killed the top network dude. The ending's
Killian,
kind of
yeah,
rushed. I feel like it just happened so fast, and I was like, oh shit. But
yeah.
yeah,
It was very much like a kill the elites moment at the end. Like everybody that was in like the slums, it was like we're tired of this. Like because he was the ignition within the Running Man. That was like the plot line where he's the spark for a revolution,
yeah.
and it's because of his like loud mouth. And if something bad happened to him, people would be upset about it. If something good happened to him, it would be bad because he has the power to do something good in the world now. Very fun movie.
Very fun movie.
I do feel like the plot and the emotions were a bit loose, but I usually give his movies a lot of leeway because I just enjoy them. They're fun. The music's fun.
Yeah, I wish the pacing was a little better. I do wish there was a little bit more visual comedy because I feel like he really kills visual comedy a lot.
Mm.
And there are good moments with visual comedy, especially when we look at the other TV shows and the apostate YouTube stuff. But yeah, I really liked it. Uh, who would you have join the smoke sesh?
I feel like it's obvious. It's Michael Cera.
You're gonna say Michael Cera. I was gonna say Lachlan. Michael Cera would be dope though, but you can't bring up hot dogs.
I'm gonna be talking with him about conspiracies all night.
Oh jeez. I don't know about that.
I don't want to see what's on his mind.
Lachlan just seems like she was just chill and she was just partying it up. She was like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think I could keep up with her, and I don't
And
think I have the money for all the casinos she hit.
Michael Cera's character was wildin' though.
Well,
He
that's
was.
I don't I like seeing inventions like what he made. They were pretty cool. I'm a
You're
YouTube
right.
engineer guy.
You're right. He always had a plan.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll add him to the smoke sesh.
Well, I
Because
appreciate it.
Lachlan had the off-screen death.
She yeah, that's what makes her a bad character. It was kind of on screen. They had a 2-second clip. She got roasted for sure.
Damn. So how faded would you get for this movie?
Uh,
How many bong rips?
I'd say 6 bong rips.
6 bong rips. Okay.
Yeah, I
How?
don't get too toasted.
Don't get too. I would say get pretty toasted
Yeah.
because there's a lot going on in this movie.
There is a lot. That's why I think you need to have some, uh, mental forethought there,
I
but
don't know.
I
Not at the end. You can kind of turn off as it goes,
that's valid.
especially when it hits Michael Cera's character.
Mhm. Uh,
That's when I was like,
at that point, it becomes goofy fun.
yeah,
That's for sure. Uh, I I'm a big fan of Edgar Wright, so I like watching all of his stuff and studying it, but
me
I
too.
I can definitely see myself getting baked and watching that, like, and just giggling throughout it.
hmm hmm Such a good movie.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Um, anything else before we end the podcast?
No, just go watch it. It's a good movie to support. I really enjoyed it. I like, unique ideas. I know it's not a unique movie, but, I thought it was fun
I think
for
it's a fun movie.
a, not propaganda piece, but, like, a piece that's talking about, like, controversial stuff.
Yeah, if you just want a decent action movie to watch right now, this is a good one.
Oh, yeah, very fun.
hmm
Good action shots.
Yeah, great cast, really
Very
good
great
cast.
cast. A lot of big names.
hmm All right. Well, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.
Bye.